Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I thought it would be fun to re-rank the albums I did in my favorite albums video, as well as adding a few more albums. Yeah, this was just really fun last time, and I'd like to make more of these, maybe not of these specifically, but, you know, like more music rankings in general, and yeah, I just thought it'd be fun. Let me know in the comments though if they're getting annoying and you'd like to see something else, that'd be fine. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, starting off, immediately, Awaken My Love and After Hours Awaken My Love and After Hours are still the same. They're really good albums. Yeah, I don't think my thoughts have changed on them since. I mean, like they've lost a bit of resale value as I've gone on, but other than that, I don't think they've changed much in my book. No. So yeah. Okay, for this next album, Atrocity Exhibition by Danny Brown. Amazing album. Let me tell you, like, this album thematically and story-wise is like very well written, very like clearly composed. It's just like, it's a wonderfully dark experience and a very deep delve into Danny Brown's issues and issues with drugs, and yeah, on that side it's very well made, and sonically it's really amazing too. It like really reinforces the dark theme and ideas with the way it sounds. Like, it's very industrial and chaotic at the same time, and it just makes for this wonderful, mysterious yet like absolutely bizarre experience sonically. And yeah, it's amazing. Blonde is still B tier. I don't know, I don't even like play this album anymore. I like barely play Frank Ocean anymore anyway, but yeah, it's still a really good album. It's just not a personal favorite of mine. Call Me If You Get Lost. Yeah, the same thing happened. It's the same thing with my other video. Like, it's just a very well made album. Sounds amazing. Like, puts you in a really good state of mind no matter what. Just like awesome listening experience, regardless of if it doesn't have a story or anything. And like, it kind of does, but it's not amazing. Damn, still B tier. I don't remember where I put this. I think it's higher than Blonde. Seriously. But anyway, I'm feeling higher today, at least. Demon Days is still C tier, though it's above Goodbye and Good Riddance. Yeah, Demon Days is a really good album. I really started feeling it for it a lot more when I started listening to different genres. You can kind of tell here with like the addition of Plastic Beach and When We All Fall Asleep. But oh yeah, and House of Balloons too. Actually, I listened to House of Balloons before most rap anyway, but yeah, I still regardless. Yeah, when I became more open to that, I really ended up liking it more, I guess. And I started playing Juice WRLD a lot less, mainly just because he's not an amazing artist. Like, he's still really good, but yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't hold him as one of my favorites. Alright, our next album is Doors, and I'm not sure where to put this, to be honest. I'd say like high C tier. So yeah, this is an Earl Sweatshirt album, of course. Yeah, it's like kind of really, it's really dark in a way, or at least it sounds like that in the, I mean, I guess it like is thematically and sonically, but like not as well composed, like kind of more rough and raw. Like, flipping back to the contrast in Atrocity Exhibition, like kind of sounds like like really processed, like in Ain't It Funny or like Really Dope. It kind of sounds like really technological, or like it just sounds very like bright and neon in a way. I don't know if I can describe that properly, but yeah, it feels like it's like flash of everything. Like the album cover really portrays how it sounds and feels. Meanwhile, Dolores is a lot more like directly dark and colorless in a way. But anyway, yeah, it sounds nice, but yeah, it is definitely, it is like, I don't know, I'd just say it's like not the best out of Earl's discography, and I mean like that like very literally, like it's really good but not the best, you know. Yeah, Drunk is the same. I forgot where I put this. I think it's above Atrocity Exhibition. Yeah, Drunk is like really relaxing to listen to. And yeah, it's just a fun ride in general. Like, sounds amazing, everything. Flower Boy, I'm going to put in B tier, but like, I want to make this clear when I say it's like really high and like close to A tier in a way, because yeah, it's a really amazing album. I should replay more often. It is like wonderful if you can finally get to relax when listening to this album. Like if you're in your happy place, this album, like, wow, it's just incredible. But anyway, Good Kid, Mad City, S tier, of course. Favorite album the whole time. Yeah, I do end up replaying it a lot less, just because like it's a very niche album. Even if it's like one of the best, it's not one of the most versatile, you know, like you have to be in the right headspace. But yeah, I'd still say it's amazing. House of Balloons, very like, House of Balloons is like, it's like a, hold on, where do I begin with this? So yeah, it's really dark, as I like stated previously with some of my albums. And yeah, it's like dark in a very like kind of eerie way. Like the other two have eerie moments on this list, but like you can really feel like the emotions and headspace more than anything in this project. Like the story is not bad, I don't think, but like overall, I felt like the characters involved were not like as compelling or likable overall. But yeah, it is very good. Sonically, it's kind of mixed because, you know, like there are some really good tracks like High for This, Wicked Games, what's the other one, like maybe it was What You Need, but I think there was a better one. But either way, yeah, it's like, yeah, it has some of like the best Weeknd tracks and just like some of my favorite songs in general, just because of how they sound. But on the other hand, like Loft Music, Coming Down, and like what was the other one, like Party on the After Party or something, Annoying. Yeah, those ones were kind of forgettable. They sound a lot less well composed and everything, like a lot more, I'd say unfinished, but yeah, no, they do sound like finished in a way, but a lot less, they have a lot less substance, I'd say. I Don't Go Outside, I want to put this in either low A tier or high B tier. Let's say A tier though. Yeah, or no, actually, I'll put it in B tier, yeah. That feels more right. Okay, I Don't Go Outside is, for like the fourth album here, it's really dark, yeah. But this like delves into the past of the artist, that being Earl Sweatshirt, and it just like, yeah, it's like kind of a, I think it's like a recall to the past and like a bit of trauma, though I'd have to look into it more. I don't like fully know what this album's about. I haven't like read any story analysis or anything, but I mainly included this because it's sonically amazing. Like, it feels like very rusty, raw, and like, yeah, I don't know if I can describe it better than that, but yeah, it just feels very like, yeah, just kind of what I said, like worn out metal, and like it's a very dark room, very like old and abandoned in a way. But yeah, I really like that one. Igor, same place as always. I love this thing to bits. It's like honestly one of my favorite albums like ever made. I think it always will be. I don't really feel the same things as I used to when I first listened to it, but I've overall just felt less as time goes on, and I don't know, I just figured that I like can't really feel that with anything again, and that's okay, I guess. Like, I'm always going to look at my past in a higher light than my future and present, so I'm very accepting with that. But yeah, it will like always, I will always remember it as such a wonderful experience. Like the sounds, the themes, like the relatability, it's just incredible. It is what it is. I'd say it's the same. I kind of want to boost this lower. It's like maybe not behind that, but just like lower in general. But I still think it's a very good Thundercat album. Like, what's it called? Like Dragon Ball Durag, It Is What It Is. Like, a ton of tracks are great off this album, though. Like, yeah, it's not as amazing as Drunk, and I don't know, I feel like I kind of overrated it in the last one, but no, it's a fair place. Mad Villainy, yeah, same place as before, what I meant, yeah. Sorry, something happened. I actually have no idea what that was. Like, it felt like something like crawled in my chest and like kind of entered the throat, but like nothing happened. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know if I can say anything about Mad Villainy. Very like vintage 80s, and it like puts it together very vibrantly, and yeah, you can just like, it's just amazing. Food is probably like the highest of the A tier. Another MF Doom record here. Yeah, MF. So the thing about Food, it like creates a ton of different feelings throughout the album. Like, one beer is like kind of relaxing in a way. Same with like, I think it was Con Queso. Yeah, tons of feelings created across this album. It's overall like pretty relaxing, but then again on stuff like beef wrap, cookies, etc. Not exactly. So yeah, as I said with Mad Villainy, very vibrant, vintage. I really like the samples in this one, which kind of felt weird since, I don't know, like it's like the part I shouldn't enjoy, but yeah, I really like the samples. They're silly, they're creative, they're fun. There's like nothing to hate about them. I mean, there is, like, if you're just here for the music, but you know, it's always a good time. Yeah, I'll just say, yeah, it's just a very good record. I just like the food stuff in general. Like, it just feels like he's like painting this like world of a kitchen, and like you slowly go through the whole menu and discover all the food. Yeah, and like all the different like tastes you can have, that being like sounds and stuff. It's just really wonderful. Anyway, next album. I think I put this like roughly here or something last time. I think it's like one of the lowest out of the A tiers, maybe above After Hours, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I think that's a fair rating. Yeah, Mr. Morale and the Big Step was a very good album. I got around to listening to The Heart Part 5, really well made track, like, honestly, top 10 Kendrick. But, yeah, there is not much to say about Mr. Morale. It's, yeah, just very emotionally strong, thematically, and in the story. I know I kind of use those words a lot, but it is hard to encapsulate it all in that way. But it doesn't sound amazing. Yeah, you know. Anyway, for our next one, we have a new artist I listened to, JPEG Mafia. Yeah, I'm not sure how to put this guy. I think probably the lowest out of A tier. Yeah, so Offline was, I don't know, actually maybe over like Mr. Morale or... Oh, dude, this is actually like really hard, man. I think I'm gonna put this over and then just keep this where it is. Yeah, so the thing about this album, Offline, LP Offline Edition, whatever it's called, I think it's like listed as Offline on Spotify, but it's called like LP Offline Edition. I'm not sure, it's weird. Anyway, yeah, the thing about this album, it sounds great, but a lot of the tracks are forgettable. It does have like a few bangers, like Dirty and Hazard Duty Pay or whatever it is. Yeah, it's but like I really like it because of how like raw and like at its purest it is. Like, you know, like the sounds just feel like things you could hear like in your regular life, and it's so weird like that because that it in a way it gives it like this kind of vibrance that feels like it should be impossible, you know, like I think it was on like Dirty that had like clapping or something, like, and like a ton of different sounds, like I always pictured like chains in a way. I don't know if like anyone else got that feeling, but yeah, it just like feels like an object or like a material or a resource, and it's so bizarre that it creates that feeling, and like no other music does that. It's like the other music is like paper that gets written on. This is like its own completely different thing, and you might not get it if you're accustomed to paper and writing and everything, but, and I'm not judging you if you don't get it, but yeah, it's just, it's like this unbearably different experience from literally everything else in this world. Anyway, Plastic Beach. I have a lot of praise for this album. Ooh, where am I gonna put it? Ooh, here. No, that here. Plastic Beach, yeah, it's just like everything an album should be, and it's easily Gorillaz's best record. Yeah, so like thematically it's important and entertaining, like especially with their characters and everything. That like I just love Gorillaz for their characters and silly personalities and everything. But yeah, it's like very important thematically. The story is at least entertaining and compelling, and sonically it's, yeah, really amazing. They're probably like the best in that aspect for all of their other records too. Yeah, especially on tracks like to Binge and Plastic Beach, Melancholy Hill. That's the two. Yeah, it felt really good on those because I don't know. It just feels like it feels like exactly what the title is. You know, like industrial but still like out at sea. Like it's vibrant but mechanical at the same time. I think I said that with Atrocity Exhibition, but like hold on. Yeah, this is really weird to describe for every album, but for Atrocity Exhibition it was kind of like vibrance was in like the machinery itself. But for Plastic Beach, it's kind of like you're living atop all this like industrial junk and everything, and like you're just making the most out of it in a way. And yeah, I just really like that in that kind of way. Anyway, for our next album, I don't think I can say this title. Yeah, so this is the collab album between Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia. Yeah, it's really well-made album. It's kind of said on offline, LP offline edition, whatever it's called, how it felt like a very specific like substances or feelings, like when you touch something. Yeah, it kind of feels like the same with this, like the kind of just like things clanking together and in such a way that works in a way it shouldn't really. Yeah, and it's like it uses a lot of these like I'm not sure exactly what instrument they use, but I think it's like a synth to like create these like kind of like spacey or like hyper advanced types of sounds, like on Lean Beef Patty and what were they called? Oh god, Tester. Yeah, they're it uses that to make a very like super modern sound. And yeah, like kind of like the way he used like JPEG Mafia used like the internet as a big promotion for this album. I think I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. Again, I haven't like looked into like some of the deeper sides of these albums, but yeah, I do really like how he reflected that aspect. Okay, what's in D tier? Yeah, our first D tier is what's it called? Section 80 by Kendrick Lamar. I'm putting this here mainly because it's just makes for some really well sounding music. I mean, the story could be a lot better, even if it's... Yeah, the story could be a lot better, but overall it sounds really great. Honestly, might be sonically one of Kendrick's best sounding albums on some of the tracks. Like, it does have a few weak ones, like Tammy's song or whatever it was. But yeah, for like a ton of different tracks like High Power and Rigor Mortis, etc., and it sounds really amazing, and it can like relax you and like put you in a good mood, make you hyped, everything really. Okay, as for Sick, I either want to put this in C or B tier. I think high C tier. Actually, I'll choose B tier actually. I don't know how far I want to put it though. Probably just over Blind. Okay, so the thing about Sick, yeah, it sounds pretty great. Doesn't have like, I'm not sure if it has a story, but like overall thematically it's not as important as some of O's other albums, but it is, I don't know, it feels like a kind of a filler album, but like it's good filler. Like there's a lot of good rapping and lyricism and like a ton of like good beat production. See Fire in the Hole. Fire in the Hole is like amazing. 2010 is like probably like it's really good lyrically, but like the beat production's like fine on 2010, but the main things like the lyricism and the rapping, like yeah, a ton of great bars. But yeah, it's like good but not notable in a way. Some rap songs, I've actually promoted this one all the way to S tier, and not only that, but it's in my top 5. Yeah, that feels ridiculous, man. Yeah, yeah, this album really clicked in a way I never expected it to. Like, when I actually looked into like the lyricism and everything, I was like blown away. Like, the rhymes and flows really work in a way that, like, it's incredible. And like thematically, it's also like amazing and really impactful. I don't find it as like particularly not astonishing as like the above 4 albums, the second one being T-Pab, but yeah, really great. So anyway, T-Pab is amazing. Yeah, it's just very well made with like the jazz beats and like everything. I like all the references he puts in his music. You know, like, just anyway, To Pimp a Butterfly is astonishing. I have infinite praise for it, and I'm sure like basically every other competent music reviewer does. And yeah, honestly, you could just watch like a regular T-Pab analysis review video, whatever, because yeah, you can just find praise everywhere. Sounds amazing, thematically important, politically important, just awesome. Okay, this is Sometimes I Might Be Introvert by Lil Sims. I'm going to put it in high B tier, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. This album sounds really amazing on a few tracks, but ends up being a little bit forgettable at the soundtracks, you know, like at the halfway through point it kind of loses its tempo, and I don't know, the built up energy through Introverts, Woman, Two Worlds Apart, and I Love You, I Hate You kind of just takes a dip for me, because like those first 4 tracks, amazing, but everything else after that is really good, but you know, didn't really live up to my expectations. I'm gonna put it in A tier, actually. I'm feeling generous today. Before I die, I'm not sure where to put this one, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back and put Flower Boy a lot higher on this, and probably just bumped it down these 2. Yeah, I think I'll put it there. Yeah, sounds right to me. So these here are probably my least favorite off of this list. In fact, I'm like basically only including it because I put it in my last video. Like, this isn't really a favorite album of mine anymore. Still, I will admit that like a lot of the beats are relaxing. Lyricism's still pretty well done, even if it's not like as amazing. Actually, hold on, I think I'm gonna want to put Section 80 in the highest C tier rank, because yeah, it actually does sound really great, and it is kind of politically important, even if it's not like amazing through its story. But yeah, that's where I'm putting it. Yeah, Verdar sounds good, but you know, I never really felt it wasn't that important. Kind of same thing with Sick, where it felt like filler, but this one was like kind of a 7 out of 10 filler, while Sick was 8 out of 10, you know. But anyway, When I Fall Asleep definitely goes over this one. Like, yeah, When I Fall Asleep is just probably like the best pop album I've listened to, but it's still a pop album, you know. This is just like kind of, I don't know, I felt like it kind of overdid it with the emo vibe. Like, there's a lot of dark albums on this, but I don't know, it just feels like slightly overdone on this. Like, it, you know, like with the effects on the voice, and I don't know, it just feels like way too, it's just trying too hard, you know. But yeah, that being said, I don't think like the themes in this one are bad. I love me a good like depressed romance type thing. You can find that in Igor and stuff, and House of Balloons, but yeah, I don't know, it's not like it didn't really click with me as well as the other albums, and I was not expecting it to. I was like fully going into this expecting it to either be like just pretty good or like mediocre bad, you know? And yeah, it landed pretty good, I guess. I think, hold on, I liked a lot of tracks off of this, but dude, I have no idea which one my favorite was. But When the Party's Over was one I really liked. What was over Voyeur Dire in this? I don't know. Wolf definitely did not feel like filler, like the same way Sick and Voyeur Dire did, but yeah, it felt ambitious, and I appreciate that. I like that about the album, but nah, it's not amazing. It's really not amazing, but yeah. So like, the thing about the story's compelling. I like it. Yeah, hooks me in pretty well. Sounds pretty nice, but my problem is with the lyricism, the rapping, everything. It's just not good at all. Like of course, like there's a ton of slurs used on this album. Of course, like Tyler isn't like a bad person or anything. Like, again, he just used to like do a lot of edgy shock value in his early career. This was kind of his turning point, though, where he tried turning away from that more, which eventually turned into Cherry Bomb, which was his most experimental, and he took like a full like 180 on. Actually, hold on, what would I call it, 180? But whatever, he just completely turned his career around and everything he wanted to do with it. But yeah, so for Wolf's like, I don't know, it feels like pretty vibrant. There's like a lot of good moments on this, and definitely parts where I'm interested. Like, I really liked IFHY, Answer, etc. But overall, it suffers from like a few songs. Like, I feel like Pigs was just like an ingenuine effort of Tyler trying to appeal to his older audience. Parking Lot was completely forgettable. I think even Tyler dislikes that one. I feel like Party Isn't Over was like way too long, like a 3-part song, and it's not even like that amazing. Like, it's really good. It's not like top 5 off his album, and definitely like a lot less entertaining overall. And yeah, I'd just say, yeah, that's like basically all my thoughts. I think this one's shorter than my last video. I'm not entirely sure, but it definitely felt a lot shorter. And yeah, but I do think I communicated my thoughts semi-clearly. Like, I think I need to do an individual review of every single album on this to get a full analysis of my thoughts and feelings and just everything the album that I like, everything I like about the album. But I will say that this was a really fun video to make. It's just always fun to talk about music, because yeah, I love all this. It's like kind of a part of who I am, and yeah, it's just a very fun time in general. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye. See you next video. Tell me what you want in the comments.